Do you know why everyone is leaving California, the state California? Well, in case you don't know, this is what this video is for. This is why is everyone leaving California. This was recommended to me quite a few times already, and I'm more than happy to do this. I've been to California twice so far, yes. So I have I know a little bit how it looks like. Slight idea, let's go.
People are just bailing. There's a mass exodus out of California right
Joe
now.
Rogan.
California, once called the Golden State, is known for its Hollywood stars, amazing beaches, and great year-round weather. With beautiful topography, all sorts of cultures, and great food, California seems like a perfect place to live. However, in recent years, there has been a mass exodus of people leaving the state.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Since 2015, California has been losing more than 100,000 people each year who have moved to other states. And every single year, it appears more and more people are leaving. Joe Rogan, Graham Stephan, Kanye West, and hundreds of thousands of other people have begun leaving the state. So you may be asking yourself, why does
And
everyone...
here's the thing, by the way, in case you say, oh, those are just a couple of people, yeah, but they make quite a lot of money together, so they bring quite a lot of revenue for the state, so...
seem to be leaving? Well,
taxes and
the
shit.
short answer is, it's complicated.
Oh my god. What is this?
In broad daylight, the San Francisco neighborhood
Wait, what is he?
where crime is getting so bad.
Wait, I swear to god. I think I know who that is.
In broad daylight, the San Francisco neighborhood where crime is getting so bad.
I'm
People
not-
are scared to step outside their own home.
Part 1. Trouble in the Golden State. Over the past few years, the quality of living in California has dropped significantly.
Jesus.
Overpopulation and extreme levels of poverty are concerns for everybody in California. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, California's poverty rate of 18.2% is the
Wow.
second worst in the country, only exceeded by Washington, D.C. In other words, nearly 1 in every 5 people living in California falls below the poverty rate. As a result, California's major urban hubs such as Los Angeles and San Francisco have continued to face some of the worst homelessness problems in the United States, and this has gone on to impact the Golden State in several ways. San Francisco has always been known as one of the main hubs for hosting national
Silicon
company
Valley.
conferences. However, due to a rise in poor street conditions, many companies that were even originally founded in California...
Wait, 30% from two? Wow, that's a big fucking number. I've actually been to San Francisco myself.
poor street conditions, many companies that were even originally founded in California have moved their conferences out of the state.
Yeah.
In 2019, Oracle moved their Open World conference, which generated $64 million in revenue, to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
For people choosing whether to continue living and working in the Golden State, the homelessness problem continues to be a topic of discussion. On top of the major homelessness problem, California currently has a population of over 39 million people,
Wow.
more than the entire country of Canada.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be
With
that big.
populations of over 18 million in the greater Los Angeles area
Wow.
and 7 million in the greater San Francisco area.
Holy
This has
shit.
led to much longer commute times in comparison to other US cities. Having heavy traffic adds up in an average work week and
Yeah.
can be seen as a major factor impacting the quality of living for millions of people. While
Yeah,
current events...
I've heard LA traffic is literally LA traffic, New York traffic, one of the worst. I mean, it's true. All of this adds up. Even if it's just a couple minutes per person, you might think, maybe like 10, 15 minutes or so per person. Not so bad. Yeah, but that's for literally thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. That adds up in hours lost.
have made this issue of traffic less of a factor in the short term. Over the next several years, this problem will likely grow as an issue facing the Golden State. In addition to the reasons stated above, several parts of California also face the risk of natural disasters, mainly wildfires and earthquakes. While wildfires are less of a risk in metro cities, they have been seen to be on the rise and greatly impacting suburban counties, forcing many people to evacuate. Earthquakes, on the other hand, are less of a risk factor, but still are worth mentioning. Overall, a growing homelessness problem and terrible traffic times alongside several wildfires has significantly decreased the quality of living offered. Although the benefits of living in California may still beat out this decreased quality of living, this is far from the only reason people are packing their bags. Part 2. Paying the piper.
The pipe?
With the quality of living dropping in California, this has also raised another growing issue for many people, namely the exuberant costs to live in the Golden State.
Big. So fucking high. I know people in California, it's ridiculous. When I was there, 2010, for example, a friend of mine, he lived in, in a good area, but he told me the price of the houses, left and right of his little apartment that he had. And I mean, some of them, don't get me wrong, they look great, but the cost of some of these houses, ridiculous. I mean, the price to what you get ratio is just horrible. Now let's go to what I like to do. I sometimes like to go on Airbnb and just check out like what you can get for what can you get for $50 a night, $100 per night, $300 per night, $500 per night, $1,000 per night. The difference is gigantic just from California to Nevada. Like if you go to Vegas, you can literally get a mansion for like $2,000 a month. It's ridiculous. But in California, you get an apartment. An apartment, not a nice apartment.
California has one of the highest tax burdens on its citizens in the United States. For wealthy residents such as Joe Rogan, the state income tax rate could be as high as 13.3% annually. For him, a move to Texas, which has no state income tax, could save him millions of dollars from his $100 million Spotify deal alone.
Yeah.
However, it's not just the rich and famous who are leaving.
And he can do it from anywhere. He can do that. People will still travel to Texas if that's where he goes. He will not leave. I mean, they will not say, "Oh, I only want to do this if it's in California." Dude, do you think he could give a crap?
In California to avoid taxation, but people in the lower and middle class are leaving too, in large part due to the housing costs. According to a nationwide apartment company, the average rent in California is $1,420 per month. By comparison, in Texas, the average rent is only $917 per month. With such strong price differences, it's little wonder many are packing up.
I know these roads. I've actually driven down them myself. Not myself, but...
With such strong price differences, it's little wonder many are packing up and heading east. Going beyond just rent, there are the prices of purchasing a home. The median cost of a home in California is upwards of $500,000,
more than
which
half
is more
a million.
than double the median home cost of $226,000 nationally. On top of high taxes and housing costs, Californian cities can also be more expensive in other ways. With higher than average commute times to work, and California gas prices being $1 higher than the national average, high gas costs are just another example of what could be avoided by leaving the state. For some, these higher costs are worth it for the benefits that come from living in California. However, this may change.
But honestly, if you're not the guy to actually, go to if you don't have a yacht, if you don't go to the beach all the time, if you don't spend time at the coast literally at least 3-4 times a week, honestly, in my opinion, there's no reason for you to live in California. Seriously.
Part 3. Compelling alternatives.
Yeah.
While it remains unclear when California will solve these problems, many people have begun looking to other states that are compelling and don't seem to be having these same issues. The first state that has seen a spike in people
Arizona?
moving in from California is the state of
Or
Nevada.
Nevada.
The so-called California exodus has made Nevada the fastest growing state in America for a second year in a row, and according to current census data, ex-Californians now represent a fairly high percentage of Nevada's population, with nearly 100,000 Californians emigrating to Las Vegas in 2019 alone.
Wow.
Unlike California, Nevada has no state income tax and much cheaper housing prices. Why pay $1,200 per month for an outdated one-bedroom apartment in South Los Angeles when for the same price, you could live in a newly built 3-bedroom townhouse in a
Exactly.
middle-class suburb just outside of Las Vegas.
That's what I said. I mean, when I was in Las Vegas, literally the prices were. I mean, we drove from California to Nevada, and the price shop is just insane. And it's right next door. Granted, it's so fucking hot. It is really, really dry. So you gotta live with that. You gotta take that into consideration. But I mean, if that's, for example, if you work from home anyway, it's not like you could care, you know.
Nevada is, after
And it's not very humid. It's not humid at all, which means, unlike in Florida, you don't have to literally shower again as soon as you shower, as soon as you get out of the shower, because you're already fucking dripping.
all, known as the state of second chances, where they say outcasts can succeed and misfits can rebound. For many Californians, not having to worry anymore about wildfires, traffic jams, rent increases, gas taxes, or rampant homelessness makes moving to Nevada seem like an easy decision. Apart from Nevada, another state that has seen a spike of Californians moving in is the state of Texas. In 2019, 500,000 moved to the Lone Star State. While taxes in California are among the highest in the United States, both personal and corporate income taxes are non-existent in Texas. While California
Personal and corporate?
still has the largest economy in all of the United States, Texas is the second largest, and the capital city of Austin has had numerous large tech companies move in,
Yeah.
such as Google and Apple. Similar to Nevada, one of the main reasons why Californians are choosing to move to Texas is due to the lower cost of living. For many people, being able to afford a house in California is unattainable. However, in Texas, a house can be bought at a fraction of the cost. Alongside Nevada and Texas, Florida, Arizona, and Colorado have all seen an increase in ex-Californians moving into their states in hopes of a better quality of life and a cheaper price tag.
Fuck the scooters.
With the economic uncertainty brought forward in 2020, and people spending a lot more time at home, now has become the perfect time for people considering relocating or settling down. So with all of this being said, where exactly can California go from here? Is the state doomed to a mass exodus, or will California find a path to improvement over the next few years?
This place is gonna sink. Watch, as soon as I leave.
Part 4. The Future of California. With an increase in companies allowing their employees to work remotely, this has made the issue of heavy traffic less of an issue. With the technology mega hub of Silicon Valley and the film industry mega hub of Hollywood, California is likely to continue to see economic growth in the future. Even though California's population is still growing, its population growth rate has dropped to its lowest percentage since 1900. The Golden State still has a chance for revival in the next few years if the issues surrounding quality of living and high cost of living become less dire. However, if the state is unable to address any of these issues and they continue to get worse,
RIP.
immigration out of the state will continue to rise in the near term. The most likely case is that it will take years to reverse the effects of the current problems
Fuck.
and begin making forward progress on them. While California is seeing a large amount of people leave or threaten to leave the state, realistically, California still has enough economic output from its millions of residents that this will hardly matter in the short term. Seeing notable celebrities like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk talk bad about the Golden State will certainly have many people think twice before choosing to move to it. In the past 5 years, 5 million people have left California,
Jesus.
moving to places like Nevada, Florida, and Texas. California, which has long been a thriving state, is starting to see many long-time residents move out. According to a UC Berkeley poll, half of voters in California have considered leaving.
Half.
For those seeking to retire early or find a better quality of living and work-life balance, leaving the state might make the most sense. Perhaps in a couple of decades this may all change, and it might be worth considering moving back to the Golden State once again. Thanks for watching.
if they do fix it, it's gonna take a long time. And by that time, most of the people that have left will already have established themselves well in the other states. So it's gonna take a while. Guys, what are your opinions on it? Honestly, it's sad to see. It's sad to see. What more can I say? I mean, every time I went to California, I certainly had a great time, but I also saw poverty. I saw all of that, all of those things. A lot of the things that he actually mentioned is, Jesus. It's ironic that the next video is actually called "Why Companies Are Leaving California for Texas." Yeah. Has anyone of you actually left California to one of those specific states that he mentioned? And even if you haven't, even if you moved somewhere else, let me know what was your reason for leaving. I'd be more than curious. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there's any other videos you would like me to react to, put the name of the video down in the comments, and I'll go check it out. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.